Hello, I'm Ollie and this is Criminally, where I talk about crime, pulp, horror, that kind of thing. Today I look back at 2023 and forward to 2024. I'm doing the Ringing in the New Year book tag. So given that we're halfway through January, I'm a little bit late doing this, one could argue, but it's a really interesting and fun tag and a nice way to reflect on the year that's gone and look forward to the year ahead. So I thought I would do it. So it was created by a channel called Bookmark Chronicles, and I was tagged by Gareth at the channel Book Songs and Other Magic when he did this a couple of weeks ago. So a book tag is basically a series of questions that booktubers pass around and ask each other on bookish themes. So this one, as you would suspect, is about books I read last year and books I'm looking forward to in 2024. So first question then is the best book or series you read in 2023. So my favourite book of 2023 was this one, Julian by Fleur Pierrette. Unusually for me, non-fiction, but just an absolutely stunningly beautiful book. A really wonderful book about loss and grief and love and all those things which are, central to what it is to be human. So a really fantastic book, well worth reading. My favourite series of 2023, I think, and maybe there's a bit of recency bias going on here, but I think I'm going to say the Burglar series by Lawrence Block, the Bernie Rodenbach books, which I read right at the end of the year. So a really enjoyable series of murder mysteries about this burglar, Bernie Rodenbach, who, in going about his job, if you can call burglary a job, always gets wrapped up in murders and ends up having to solve them. So just a really fun, slightly light-hearted, playful series of mysteries. Next question then is best authors or favourite authors you've discovered in 2023. So my favourite new author of 2023, apart from Fleur Pierrette, who I'll definitely be looking at for more books by, is Alison Rumfitt, author of this fantastic book, Tell Me I'm Worthless, a really stunningly effective horror novel. Really thought this was great, and I have a copy of Rumfitt's second book, Brainworms, in my TBR, and we'll be reading that soon. I really thought this was a truly excellent horror novel. Next question then, best book turned movie or most anticipated movie adaptation. So I think my favourite, and I had to have a look back, I had to Google books based on movies based on books that came out in 2023. So I did cheat a bit. And I don't go to the cinema that often, so I haven't actually seen that many 2023 releases. But I did see Oppenheimer at the cinema. I did think it was a fantastic film. It is based on a book. Although I'm not sure what the name of the book is. I didn't think to research it for this video, which is terrible, so apologies for that. But yes, I saw Oppenheimer in the summer. I did the Barbenheimer double bill. I thought Oppenheimer was really brilliant. So that's my choice for that question. In terms of anticipated, I think the thing probably I'm most looking forward to is the Apple TV adaptation of the Murderbot books by Martha Wells. So I've only read the first of those. I've got all of them on audio and do need to get back to them. But the first of the Murderbot books was just such fun. So Murderbot is this kind of sociopathic android who does his programming is basically to do terrible things in service of the company he works for, but he always ends up kind of doing the right thing as well. So and he's just got a wonderfully dry sense of humour. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what the TV series of Murderbot is like. Next question then, has your reading changed in 2023? I think it has, and I'm not sure it's changed for the better. And I'm going to do a separate video about this at some point, but I feel like I became too obsessed with numbers and volume and things like that in 2023, and I'm not sure that that's healthy. Where I do think my reading has been healthy is I think I read in 2023 a wider range of different types of books. So things like Julian are not the kind of thing I normally gravitate to. And I did read, mainly through buddy reads and things like that, a few more classics, a few more books outside of my comfort zones in 2023. So I think that was a positive change. Okay, next question then. Your favourite relationship, either platonic, family, found family or romantic? So I've actually got a few here because I had read some books this year, or in 2023, which I thought had fantastic relationships. So my favourite in terms of just a pure friendship is the friendship between Monk and Robot in the Monk and Robot books by Becky Chambers. So there's only 2 of those books, read both of them in 23, and just thought they were lovely, lovely books. So very kind of hopeful science fiction. And the central characters are Monk, who's a tea monk, so someone who goes around serving tea to people and kind of hearing about their problems, and Robot, who's a robot who's kind of come in from exile almost. And the 2 of them become unlikely friends and allies, and it's just a lovely, lovely series. But a couple more I wanted to mention. So Hap and Leonard from the Hap and Leonard series by Joe Lansdale, which I read a bunch of. I think I read 5 or 6 of them towards the end of the year. Just a fantastic kind of buddy relationship. So these 2 guys kind of knocking about together, getting into trouble, looking out for each other. But the depth and strength of their friendship is really, really wonderful to read. And then also 2 characters from the book Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia, Montserrat and Tristan. I just thought their relationship was really lovely. So they're 2 friends. Montserrat is a sound engineer, Tristan's a soap opera actor, who kind of team up to investigate this mysterious film in this horror novel, which has got all sorts of interesting stuff in it, so occultism and Nazis and things like that. So they team up to investigate it, but their friendship really carries the book. I thought they were a fantastically engaging couple of people to read about. Right, so next question then. So have you planned your TBR for 2024? So not really. I do want to read more crime fiction in 2024, and I've just made a video talking about that, which will have gone up yesterday. So it goes up the day before this video is due to go up. So yeah, more crime. But apart from that, I don't have a structured TBR or structured plans really for the year, other than, completing some of the projects I've been working on for a while. So my Disturbing Books project, my plan to read all the Stephen King books I haven't read, and I've just seen he's announced a new book which I think comes out in April or May, so maybe I'll try and read all the ones I haven't read yet before that comes out, and the ongoing project I'm doing with Anne from the channel Anne Novella to read Patricia Highsmith's books. So those things are kind of locked in. I'll be doing buddy reads with my patrons throughout the year as well. But aside from that, I'm keen to keep things a bit freer and easier this year, and not to get so bogged down in doing strict TBRs, which I then find that I kind of feel forced to stick to. So have I planned my TBR for 2024? Kinda, I guess is the answer to that. And then final question then, what reading challenges are you doing in 2024? So the projects I've just talked about, definitely. And then in terms of kind of booktube events, so I'm doing the Read What You Own challenge at the moment. I'm hoping to finish that very soon. I'm also in January doing the Kindle Kobo clean out event, which I'm one of the co-hosts for. In February, planning to do the Retro Romance Readathon, which is hosted by Storm Reads and Sarah from the Bookish Knitter. So I'll be reading at least one retro romance book for that. We've also got Garb August 2.5, The Wasted Weekend, in February, so 17th, 19th of February, which is my event, so I'm the host for that, so I'll definitely be doing that one. And then also there's a Sherlock Holmes event, which is, I'm trying to remember who it's hosted by. So it's hosted by Jim from Mystery and Mayhem, and Randy Ray from The Literate Texan. I think they're the only 2 hosts, so I missed anyone, apologies. So yeah, Holmes is Where the Heart Is, an event dedicated to Sherlock Holmes. So I'm going to read at least one Sherlock Holmes pastiche for that. Then in May, we've got Horror Mayhem coming up, and I've been asked again to be a co-host for that, which is lovely. So that'll be my 3rd year running, I think, as a co-host. And then in June, hoping that Michael K. Vaughan will be running his Western event, June on the Range again. And then August, of course, we have Garb August, my event. And then hoping that Occult Detective October will take place in October. And Remember December in December. So those are the events I've really, really enjoyed in 2023. Really looking forward to doing those again in 2024. We will see. I'm sure there will be new events springing up as well that catch my eye. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what new things appear in the BookTube calendar this year. That's it for the questions then. So the final question was to tag some people, but given that we are midway through January, I'm not going to do that because I think the moment has passed. I feel like I'm kind of squeezing in just before the acceptable end date of doing a tag like this. So yeah, won't tag anyone else, but do let me know in the comments your answers to some of these questions if you've got them. And as always, thanks very much for watching. Hope you're safe and well out there. Hope you're reading good stuff, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Cheerio.